In the Bible, there's this one book that it feels different, almost like it doesn't quite belong. If we were the editors, some of us might have even been tempted to cut it. It's the book of Proverbs.
And why is that? Well, on the surface, it just doesn't sound very spiritual. There's not a lot of talk about prayer or worship. You don't see priests or prophets calling down fire from heaven. Instead, it speaks of things that they sound an awful lot like real life. And that is exactly why it's there. It's about the grit and the green of our actual existence.
See, this book isn't about life inside a church. It's about life on a Monday morning. It insists that your work is sacred, that your home is sacred, that all your small, everyday decisions are sacred.
I mean, it talks about nagging spouses and lazy workers. It warns about loose tongues, bad friends, bad debt, and just bad choices. And when we read these lines, we can't help but smile a little because we recognize them, don't we? Proverbs teaches this profound truth that we so often forget. There's really no such thing as a secular life. In the biblical worldview, everything is under God's domain. The only thing that stands outside of that, the only thing that is truly secular, is sin. God is interested not just in how you worship, but in how you live. And so this collection of nearly 900 short sayings, it becomes a kind of mirror. It's a tool for self-examination, really. It shows us the art of not wasting the one life we actually have.
But the real question it asks isn't whether you recognize other people in its pages. The question is, do you recognize yourself?
Because when you get right down to it, at the very heart of this ancient book is a single relentless concern. It's a question that echoes through every single verse. Are you using your life, or are you wasting it?
The book's answer to that question is found in one word: wisdom. But this isn't about being clever or being highly educated. It's about a fundamental orientation of the heart. It all begins with this foundational sentence: the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Now, this isn't about terror. It's about reverent recognition. It's accepting that reality has a moral shape and that our choices have real weight. You see, the Hebrew word for wisdom is chokmah. It's a word that was used for skilled craftsmen and artists. It means the practical skill of living. It's the knowledge of how things are designed to fit together. So this kind of wisdom isn't proven in a classroom. It's proven in life. To make this choice as clear as possible, Proverbs personifies two paths. It gives us two voices, and they're both calling out to us, competing for our allegiance. They are the voices of wisdom and folly. First, there is wisdom. And she isn't hidden away somewhere. She is not a secret. The book says she cries aloud in the street, asking, "How long will you love your simple ways?" She isn't hard to find. She's just so often ignored. And then opposite her stands folly. She also calls out, but it's more like a seductive whisper. "Stolen water is sweet," she says. "Food eaten in secret is delicious." She promises pleasure without consequence, freedom without any responsibility. The two promises? Well, they couldn't be more different. Wisdom sees beyond the moment. Folly lives only for now. Wisdom demands humility and listening, while folly just encourages you to express your own opinion. One path leads to life and honor. The other path, it ends with its guests deep in the realm of the dead, resulting only in shame. This choice between wisdom and folly, it connects to the very idea of salvation. But, perhaps a better word for it is salvage. To salvage something is to rescue it right before it's thrown away. It's to restore it to its original purpose. And this is what wisdom does for a life. It turns what could be waste into meaning. Without it, we're just left with a life that drifts aimlessly, without direction, susceptible to every current that comes along. But with it, we are offered something else entirely, a life that is directed, a life aligned with its purpose, a life salvaged from waste. Scripture insists that wisdom is still crying out in the streets. She is not silent, she is not hidden, so the only question that remains for each of us is this: will we listen?